Hello YouTube, it's me Justin, July 11th, 2018. I wanted to do hopefully I can do a better video this time on long-term food storage and basically for people that don't have the ability or the knowledge of canning. The importance of long-term food storage for an SHTF situation or catastrophe when it comes to major hurricanes, tornadoes, ice storms, power outages. And now first off, I want to let everybody know, I've gotten comments before, why are you showing what you have? Now this is not all that I have by no means. This is what I call decoy food. In case of a SHTF situation and there were marauders, whatever you want to call them, scumbags looking to steal because they're hungry, and this food I could afford to let them have. Now, would I let them have without a fight? Absolutely not. But if I weren't home for some reason, if I was out hunting, and unfortunately my wife and my children were here, then I would say go ahead, leave the house, let them have what they want, because we have caches everywhere. But some very important things that I wanted to tell people that don't know. This the use by date on this can of Spam is 2022. That's when it's now, because of regulations they have to put that on there. There have been studies that these cans of Spam or salmon here and Spam have been edible 5 years past their sell by date or best use by date. It's basically a regulation. You get the canned Spam, it says this is good till 2022. So I do a lot of the dry canning with the rice, which once you dry can the rice and put an oxygen absorber in there, put these in the oven for 200 degrees for about 20-30 minutes, which kills off all the larvae that's inside, so when you do open it, you won't have the bugs crawling. Or you can freeze your rice for 3 days in a freezer, and that'll kill off stuff. And those right there will last, they've done studies, will last for 25 years. Now that's dry canning. And instant mashed potatoes. Whoa, lost my grip. Instant mashed potatoes, they're cheap and they go good. Like, you want to get stuff that is sustainable foods, high in starch, high in carbohydrates, definitely high in protein foods, and water is huge. And I'm looking to get larger water buckets to store my water as well. Plus I have a well which I could hand pump in case of an EMP type style. But beans are huge sustainable food. I mean, you can whip up some mashed potatoes and mix some pinto beans in there, and you're going to get your place a mess down here. You're going to get your starches, your carbohydrates, your protein, plenty of vegetables. But don't be scared and fooled by the best use by date. But we do circulate this stuff, and we use it often, but we continue to always fill. But the Spam, like I said, there's been people that have eaten a can of Spam 5 years afterwards, and it was perfectly fine, as long as the top and the seal's not compromised. And you can just simply check that by squeezing it or filling it. There's no popping or cavity. But I highly suggest that you all, even if you don't like salmon or fish or sardines or whatnot, I highly suggest that you try to stock up on them and put them aside, because they are very beneficial. Fish is very healthy for you with protein. Stock up on peanut butter. I used to have a ton more peanut butter, but my wife's been on on Etsy on this peanut butter kick, making these protein balls and stuff. And but there's just so many things. Evaporated milk. But like I said, water's the main thing. And you know, when you can, buy some whey protein in desperate times. Water and whey protein. It's going to give you the vitamins, the protein that you need for the day. And like Rolling Homestead said, your body during the winter time, in a SHTF situation, in a cold climate like ours, our bodies burn 5,000 calories a day. So you need heavy calorie intake. And dry canning is super simple. If you just get the little food saver and you buy the cups and watch a couple videos. I'm not a teacher by no means. It's very simple, and it's just knowing you have it kind of gives you a little bit of morale boost. We've got split peas, mashed potatoes, rice, brown rice, and different types of beans. And like I said, all this that you see here, this is decoy food if need be. You know, and here's some more stuff that, you know, we talked about in the bartering box, but stuff you want to stock up on. If you see sales on toothbrushes and soap, toothpaste, whatever, hand sanitizer. And once again, I'll bring these candles up here. They sell at the Dollar Tree, and I saw this off of another prepper channel. They sell for $1, and I've tested 3 or 4 of them, and they burn clean, and they burn for 58 hours straight, and they don't have the black soot. So for $1, they're a great source of light and heat, possibly. And then after you're done, they burn so clean it's like they're washed, and you can use these for other things, storage, drinking utensils, or drinking cups, or whatever. You know, soap, as much soap as you can get. You know, you don't have to buy the expensive stuff, because in a SHTF situation, you're not going to care. Like toilet paper, you get the cheap stuff and stock up on it. And if you don't have room, lift up your bed. There's nothing underneath your bed, put your bed up on some books, lift it up about 6 inches, and store what you can underneath if you're living in the city. But do not be afraid of the sell by date or best used by date. And right here, like I said, all the food when I buy, I try to make sure it's at least 2022. So I know I'm good till then, and then possibly 5 years past that mark. But we're going to definitely start hitting heavier with the canning. But this is for people who said that live in small apartments, you know, that don't really have the storage in the room. At least have you enough in your closet or under your bed, hidden away, that's going to sustain you. You should not have only 3 days worth of food. You know, you should have a minimum, I believe, of 6 months worth of food, and that's rationing out. You know, I'm not talking where you're eating 3 or 4 meals a day. You're eating 1 to 2 extremely healthy, sustainable foods. Yes, you are going to be hungry, but that shall pass once you get used to eating lower amounts of food. But water. When you see sales, these packs here, I believe, were I don't know, they were as low as like $1.99 for a 32 pack on sale. And I understand people will say, well, they don't store that well in the containers because the chemicals leak into it. Well, in a SHTF situation, they'll be filtered, they'll be boiled, and you got a better chance of drinking this than you do water straight out of a creek without a lifesaver straw. And these buckets, I urge you, Mary Odell knows all about them. Go to Walmart at the bakery section. They're food grade buckets, and they're more than happy to get rid of them. They sell them for about $1, and sometimes they'll give them to you for free just to get rid of them because they have so many. That's where they have the icing in, and they seal up awesome. These make for perfect cachet buckets. Put your food in there, wrap some duct tape and some electrical tape around there, seal it, dig your hole about 3 to 4 foot deep, drop it, like the old saying, set it and forget it. And other things, I don't even know what's in here. Some more whey protein. My wife started getting the mouthwash because it's actually an antiseptic. It helps to clean wounds, and